Table 4 of one.
From New York, where all this week the crew gets to do these opening announcements, I'm hairstylist Michael DeCesare. Hello, and welcome to Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, comedian Elayne Boosler, musician Stanley Jordan, and Captain Maurice Seddon with an electric clothing demonstration. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous band. And now, a man with what professionals call problem hair, David Letterman.
That's it. Thank you. Welcome to the show. I'm here. I'm in my pants. I'm ready to go. I have my pants on, and I'm ready to do the big show. Take a look at these pants, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these pants. Here. Look. There. Pants. Thank you. You know, sometimes I think maybe I get a little too excited about pants. But how about those seats? Nice job. If the building collapses, you wouldn't know it from there. I'm confused about this. I don't get this. There was a surprise press conference today. Wang Laboratories, they make computers, business machines, and so forth, announced that due to public ridicule, they're changing the name of the company to Dork Laboratories. You know, I couldn't be happier with these pants.
Your pants are on. You are ready to start the show.
Thank you very much. Darth Vader, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon, the Ayatollah Khomeini said that the author of the Satanic Verses, this controversial book, his name is Salman Rushdie. This is the guy who wrote the book. Anyway, the Ayatollah said that this man should die. And he also said, while you're at it, get whoever is responsible for Police Academy 4. Oh, here's good news. Actually, sad news. Good news for me, but sad news for the person I'm about to tell you about. Willard Scott, beloved NBC weatherman, bad news for him. Today was the day that General Electric conducted their polygraph tests, their lie detectors of all employees. And Willard, I guess, was doing really, really well in the test until they asked him if he had ever taken a leak in the elevator. And that pretty much... Hey, you know, this is a pretty good show we have here. Paul, did you see what we have on the big show tonight?
I'm, if I may say, thrilled about the show that we have for the people this evening.
Yeah. Do you have a little cold, Paul, a little frog in your throat or something?
I woke up this morning, I don't know what happened.
Stanley... Huh? Huh? What?
Thank you very much. Well, as you can tell, we had so much fun last night with the...
Your voice has been electronically lowered.
That is correct, sir, yes.
There was no operation, no implant.
No, no, sir. Just an electronic effect, which is lowering my voice to the pitch at which you hear it now.
Yeah, but it's not that much lower than your actual voice.
This is really the way I sound, very similar to the way I sound, especially first thing in the morning. I'll get up and, you know, I'll have a lower, kind of a deep thing. Almost like a disc jockey. Don't I sound something
do you want to do a little disc jockey, or do you want to practice a little more?
Maybe I could do a little power jock stuff.
All right, let me hear it just a little bit. You want the jingles for this?
Let's hear the
Because this is the way all radio stations sounded from like 64 to about 72.
Let's see how close I can
Okay,
come.
Howard, do you have the jingles ready?
Hey, it's Paul Schaefer.
Yeah, it's Paul Shaver coming at you on CKLW Power All Guns N' Roses Radio. Guns N' Roses Radio here on CKLW. Let's check the time right now.
It's the correct time.
Hey, it is 5:37 on CKLW All Guns N' Roses Radio. Let's have a weather jingle right now.
Night weather.
41 All Guns N' Roses degrees on CKLW.
Now,
Let's hear a little music now.
now this is, no, wait.
One from the vaults now on CKLW from the Norman Whitfield vaults. We're gonna go back in time with an old Motown classic entitled Papa Was a Rolling Stone on CKLW All Guns N' Roses Radio.
Oh, hi, we're back.
Now here's Dave.
Thank you very much. Well, that's kind of cute. I appreciate that.
Give me an inch,
Should we do
you know.
the top 10 list now or do it later? What are we going to do? We're gonna go down on the street and talk to some people there. Do you want to do that first? We do that. Yeah. Do that first? All right, Hal, let's see the camera shot. We're looking out of the building here in Midtown. Whose office is this, by the way? Anybody have any idea?
I think it's empty now.
It is empty now. Good observation, Hal. Thank you very much. Oh, now look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is Midtown Manhattan at its finest. And we had kind of a cloudy, foggy, drizzly, chilly day here in New York, but it was nonetheless kind of exhilarating. And that's the famous Radio City Music Hall. We're looking now down to 6th Avenue, and there's a bank of payphones right there. I have the number for each one of those telephones. Let's just play some calls, shall we? You know, Paul, there for a minute I was frightened that you wouldn't ever come back to me on the show. You just continue doing your little radio skit over there, and I'd have to sit here like a boob.
I had a nice time doing it, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I hear you in the phone. Actually, with that voice, you hear you everywhere. There's our first ring. Can we see the shot of the, there they are. People busy. Is it raining out there now? Sooner or later, somebody's got to pick up the phone. We have 4 of them. And we'll just see if we can't visit with some people tonight. Oh, yeah, it is raining. You can see it in the puddles. Hey, answer the phone. What the? Is it going to kill you to answer the phone, sir? Well, it's a woman, I guess, isn't it? Well, I just hope people don't get hurt pushing and shoving, getting their way to the phones. Now, here, this woman is standing like 4 inches from the phone that's ringing. Hey! Come on. Maybe I misdialed. I'll dial another one. Let me try one more time. Well, what happened? Oh, damn. All right, let's start over then. Okay. Now, stop that whining. I'm doing the best I can. I have to dial here and, okay, there we go. That's another number down there, the bank of payphone. No, someone will answer. Where did they go? Oh, they were frightened like bunnies. Okay, and then we'll just chat with them. We'll see if maybe they want to come up and join us in the studio. Well, there's air. There we go. There we go. Wow. This is like fishing, isn't it? Oh, here we go. Hello? Hello? They're making a call. Yeah. Hey, my other line is ringing. I bet they're calling me. Well, that stinks. Come on. I hate to hang up now. Well, you would think, okay. All right. Try one more. See if I can get, oh. Yeah, I can, that's good. I'll put it on hold. There we go. Okay. Well, you would think in a city of 80 million, the latest census tells us. 80 million people living here in New York. That, now we've got this woman surrounded by ringing phones. Here she goes. Oh, no! Damn. Gonna have to switch to the rubber jigs. These flies aren't working. Here we go. Here, hey, you in the umbrella. You know what we could do is just have the cameraman, Johnny Pinto, holler out the window at them. Johnny, can you scream at somebody to pick up the phone?
Hey, answer the phone!
Johnny plummets to his death. What did he say? Huh? Oh, good. He must work for GE. Paul, do you know the little Johnny Pinto Was a Rebel song? We hear a little bit. Johnny Pinto was a rebel. Okay, fine. This is idiotic. This is this is like watching a guy make a grocery list. It's nearly entertaining if you watch me write a letter. All right, well, I tell you what, we're going to put these people, we have 2 lines on hold here, ringing down there. I'll do the top 10, and if we get anybody, then we'll... You know what we should have done is gotten a busier location than Midtown Manhattan. Our mistake was going way up into Connecticut. See, is nobody going to come to a phone there? Here's our top 10 list from the Home Office in Oklahoma City. Oh, it's a good category. Fresh as today's headlines. The Ayatollah's top 10 other literary criticisms. He apparently has commissioned or has offered up a reward for somebody to get rid of Salman Rushdie for his book, The Satanic Verses, which they consider to be blasphemous.
He says there will be a reward for anyone who rubs out the guy who wrote that book.
That's right, Paul.
He promises instant karma, I think.
Yeah.
Instant paradise.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
CKLW time.
Yeah, I know. Can you keep that voice in your apartment?
I only let it out on special occasions.
Here we go. The Ayatollah's top 10 other literary criticisms. Number 10. One Leo Buscaglia book is pretty much like another. Number 9. Why didn't Tom Sawyer just take everyone hostage? Take everyone hostage. Number 8. Hardcover books tougher to burn than paperbacks. Number 7. Albert Goldman just jealous of Elvis. Number 6. This Old House book needs more pictures of Norm. Number 5. Not enough anecdotes about Ivana in Donald Trump's autobiography. Number 4, Shark in Jaws not as big as the one pictured on cover. Another brilliant stroke of luck. Number 3, too few Jackie Collins novels translated into Farsi. Number 2, those Satan dogs at Reader's Digest never print my humor in uniform submissions. And the number 1 of the Ayatollah's other literary criticisms, I don't know why, but Marmaduke just makes me laugh. All right.
Forward to Captain Maurice Sutton and his electric clothing.
Al, quickly, can we see if anyone's answering the phones down there? Boy, if this was a telethon, we'd be doing pretty badly, wouldn't we? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm so nervous. I hope I can vote this one. Hello? Oh, damn, he's on the other line. Oh, okay. Well, that's the way it goes. Have the operator interrupt. Good idea, Will. Our first guest is an old friend of ours who has just written and directed and starred in a Cinemax motion picture entitled The Call, which premieres this Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elayne Boosler.
I'm doing great. Now you know how I felt in my movie. I mean, I waited for that phone call the whole weekend in the film, and they're going through the same thing.
Is that what the film is about when you say The Call?
Yeah, it's
You're waiting for a call.
A phone call.
From
a guy.
Uh-huh.
But I was a little more specific than you. I wanted to talk to someone I knew.
Yeah. You wrote it, you star in it, you directed it, and you play all the parts?
I made the lunches, and I knitted little caps for the crew.
That's darn nice of you.
Yeah, It's a little mom and pop show.
But what do you do in the film?
I don't play all the parts. There are other people, and in the film, I halfway through the weekend turn into a cockroach.
You turn into a cockroach.
Yeah, because I was waiting.
Yeah.
I do. It's it's German comedy, I think, and it was hard to play a roach. The accent is a killer.
I'm sorry, I'm still considering German comedy.
Oh, now, Kafka, Metamorphosis.
Oh, sure.
I'm sorry. Ball State, I thought like that.
No, it's a state college.
I thought, God, I didn't even have to say it and you'd get it. But
I can't even talk and dial.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So the cockroach has lines then?
You can't talk and dial. These 976 numbers are going under, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cockroach. It's a big roach.
And
the accent was extremely difficult.
I see.
Yeah, but I patterned it after several New York real estate agents that I know well. And,
how's your dog? Did you bring your dog this time?
No, I didn't. But I wanted to show a clip from the movie, and I know we're not allowed. So could I? What?
Nothing.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm doing my own little show in here.
Oh. How is it?
Oh,
Did anyone answer the phone up?
Oh, yeah. Well, there are bells, yes. But okay, so now you didn't want to. You knew we wouldn't let you show the clip.
Of course.
Right.
I know you want to see a clip.
Of course we wanted to see the clip.
It's the law. It's the law.
Yeah.
So I wondered if I could act out a clip.
Act out a clip.
Would that be?
Well, it's certainly highly unheard of. But... Sure. What do you need? You need props?
Just a setup.
Okay, go ahead.
The setup is...
The setup is...
This is right when I discover that I've become a roach.
All right.
Okay, and I'll just stand up.
This is in your Cinemax special,
called The Call. And this is right when I've discovered that I become a roach.
Okay.
And I'll act it out.
Must have been a horrifying moment for you.
Oh, gosh, it was like worse than my first Tonight Show.
Elayne Boosler, discovering she, in fact, is a roach.
Here it is. Thank you.
Very nice. Nicely done.
Terrific idea. I think it's a fabulous idea that she wasn't able to show a
Any opportunity
clip.
to show off his voice.
No.
That's all he cares
Therefore,
about.
she
I
would
used to
act
sound
out.
like that when I smoked.
All right.
Really?
We'll Elayne Boosler is here. I said this, Stanley, I think when you were here before. It reminds me of Wes Montgomery. A little bit, huh?
I listened to him a lot when I was very young.
Did you like him?
Oh, yeah.
He's from Indianapolis.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and he had an unusual way of playing guitar as well. We can talk about this later.
No, please. I think you should rename the band. I was thinking about this, because for a while you were the NBC Orchestra, then the world's most dangerous band. But see if this doesn't strike fear into the hearts of men. The world's most dangerous orchestra. Like Tuxedo to Kill, isn't it?
That's great.
I think it's a good
Kinda like
name.
that. Now, tell me about your dog. Is your dog here or not here?
Well, gee, no, but I wanted to show a clip. Oh, wait.
Stop it.
Okay. No, he's in L.A. I
What kind of dog is he?
He's a boxer.
Yeah,
I should have
yeah.
gone to the pound and saved a life. Thank you.
Does he have a boxer? Does he have a clipped tail? They clip their little tails.
They clipped his tails, but I rescued him before they cut his ears off.
Oh, they also cut their ears off?
Oh, yeah, they do.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they do. But he has good, big, floppy.
Yeah. Why did they cut the tails off? Do you know what the purpose is of that?
It's going to come out in the North trial, I think. I don't know why. But I'm the last person to try and stop it. They called me today. If there's anything you can do, I went down there. I'm sorry. This is
But I think it has something to do with the breed and what the dog was originally intended,
That's
the
right.
use for the
they
dog.
They were originally bred as short-tailed dogs,
Yeah.
and they refused to cooperate.
But I think in some dogs, it's so you can reach in and pull them out of burrows and holes and stuff. I think.
Just continue with your little show.
I'm
Paul.
sorry.
What are you? This dog's 80 pounds. The hole would have to be like bigger than the car. Where's he going?
Well, I don't know. Like if he gets caught in a closet and you can reach in and yank him out with his... Well, I don't know. I wonder...
never to date you. I mean, you're so frightening.
I think there's little chance of that happening.
Oh.
Now, hey. We'll turn it over to Mr. Big Voice if you're not careful.
Thanks.
Anyway, so how is the dog?
The dog's fine, and he asked about you, too. He's good, When I go on the road, what do you mean there's little chance of that happening? My goodness,
You and I have been friends for a long,
That's
long
right.
time, since like
Of course.
1975.
You wouldn't want to ruin it with,
13 years.
Oh, gee.
We've been close friends. We used to travel around California together.
That's right.
Yeah.
We used to complain about everything together.
So I was just suggesting that possibly the relationship as it exists today is far better than it would be if we goofed it up with something else.
I totally agree. I mean,
Yeah.
I think sex ruins everything.
Yeah, it has for me.
Yeah, well,
What little I've had.
Ball State, I don't know, Dave. I don't
know.
think they lived up to
The few times I've been able to work up the courage. But anyway,
Threw him plenty
How
of good
is your
meals.
dog?
My dog's fine. You know, he's a boxer, and you probably don't know this, but they originally bred them with short tails so you could pull them out of holes if
I
they
know.
went into, like, these burrows.
now there's somebody in this building who can answer this question, and he's not helping
in
me.
this building?
Yeah, in
No.
the next room,
Maybe
as a matter
like
of
at one
fact.
of the universities,
Hal
perhaps.
Grooney, our director, knows the answer to this question, and he's just sitting in there not telling me because he likes to watch me squirm. But that's...
Terriers, Dave.
It's what, Hal?
For terriers. Terriers, you reach in the hole and grab the tails.
Well, why did they cut the tail of boxers then?
They don't.
Oh, I must have been dreaming.
Yeah, I think Hal must have got in a little late tonight. What is it, Hal?
Not where I live, they don't do that.
You
Yeah,
mean this
but-
was elective surgery for no reason?
Yeah, he just thought he would look better.
He went to Joan Collins' doctor. You know, it was like $5 grand. They clipped his tail.
But Hal, they have the tiny little nubby tails, right? Boxers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so they don't
Why
swipe.
do they do that?
So they don't swipe hors d'oeuvres off of coffee tables.
For the fun of it. Good, Hal. Thanks. So there is no one in this building who can answer that question.
No one.
How's your dog?
My dog's fine, actually. Boy, I feel like George and Gracie all of a sudden, don't you?
Oh, God. Is it time to go?
Is it?
Oh, no. Anything else you want to mention?
Gee,
it's not me.
thanks.
I'm sorry.
I'll just be here. I mean,
Well, no, come back. You don't
really?
have to. No, come
You know,
back.
every time I sit here with this empty, I always feel like I've been stood up on this show. It's like I came here and then someone's supposed to be here. I should bring a person to sit here.
Well, sure, if that would make you feel more comfortable.
I'll bring the dog and he can tell us.
All right. Is there anything we want to
Yes.
mention? The show starts Friday.
Friday on Cinemax and Comic.
Thank you, Jimmy. You know, that Bill Wendell's guess, and if he's right, he gets a $25 savings bond. Boxers are fighting dogs, and their tails and ears are cropped so other dogs can't grab them. Thank you, Bill, for that. And I think Mike Tyson had this done for the same reason. But I don't think that's it. And Elaine says that they clip them because the tails are very weak and they would break anyway. But I don't know. That wouldn't explain why they clip their ears, would it? Is anybody answering the phone down there, Hal? Can we check it quickly? Anybody near the phones? There's some folks there. The phone is still ringing, ladies and gentlemen. Here, listen to it ring. Well, it's not still ringing. No, we'll call him. I tell you what, Biff, if we don't get somebody to answer the phone later, will you run down there and pick it up?
Yes.
Huh? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the traffic is a little lighter.
Cape Horn, then.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Cape something, whatever
Not
that
the
is.
Cape of Good Hope.
Your knees and thank God, however you conceive him to be, because we're going to do that beloved comedy feature, Dumb Ads. Paul, where is the Dumb Ads music?
I have the music, Dave. Let's.
Dumb Ads music. Here we
Anton and I
go.
will do it. Let's have a
Take it
little
away.
Dumb as those crazy as those cuckoo as dumb as.
Paul, why don't you and your little friends go play outside for a while? Okay, Dumb Ads, actual advertisements from periodicals published here in North America. And, you know, I'm consumed again by this nagging feeling that I've forgotten to do something. Do you ever get that, Paul?
Well, you know you forgot something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have all the ads.
I have all the Dumb Ads.
I did the theme song.
That's right.
for
I
Dumb
don't
Ads.
think this has anything to do
Not
with Dumb
bad.
Ads necessarily. It's something else, like leaving a light on or leaving the stove on or something. I don't know.
Something in the office,
Oh,
perhaps.
wait a minute. I remember. Hang on. It'll just take me a second. I'll be right back. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate it. I'll be out here. One minute. Just take a minute. Sorry to bother you with this. I must say I'm tiring of this every day. Hi, Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright? Excuse me, Bob? Bob, hi. It's Dave. Look, it's after 5. You really should be full of scotch and on a train by now. You can go home, okay? Why don't you freshen up first and then just fly, all right? These are great, aren't they? I had one when I was 3. We'll see ya. Oh, well, that's not even funny. I couldn't get back in. Did you do that? Did you lock the door? Get out of here. Just get out of here. Just beat it. Page, that punk Page tried to lock me out. I knew he was no good when I saw him. Did you see what he pulled, Paul?
Yeah.
The kid's no good.
No, he locked you out.
All right. Hal, do we have time for dumb ads now?
I'm afraid not.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, the kid was going to lock me out and take over the show.
He's back.
Yeah, and
He's
also
back
we have another theory on the dog tails, that it now is just a matter of style. Style. Some prefer them cut, some don't prefer them cut.
I understand that there are some dogs who... All right, never mind.
Is Ed Hurley, he's still alive?
You know, I can raise the pitch of this as well.
No, well, we'll do
Go
that
very
tomorrow.
high.
Okay, fine.
I can go high with
Thank
this
you,
voice.
Paul. Yeah, but it's only a 60-minute show. Our next guest subscribes to the old axiom, if you can't lower the bridge, then raise the water. He says, if you can't heat your home, then by all means heat yourself. That was an old song. Who had that song out? What was
it? Was Mitch Ryder and the Detroit
No, it wasn't either. Please welcome the inventor of electric clothing, Captain Maurice Seddon. Captain. Hi, Captain. Pleasure to see you.
How do you do?
Thank you for being here. You were to be with us a week ago, and we ran out of time, and I'm glad you could stay over. Have you been to New York before?
I've never been to New York before. This is my first visit. It's a most interesting place.
And where is your home?
A place called Datchet, which is a little urbanizing village just outside Windsor.
And is it so it's near London then, eh?
Well, it's about 25 miles out of London to the west.
So you're near Windsor Castle?
I'm 1.5 miles from Windsor Castle.
It's a lovely place, isn't it?
It's a very beautiful part of the world.
Have you ever taken the tour of the castle?
Many years ago. Yeah. I'm partly German. When I have German friends who come over, you know, there is an Anlass, as it were, to take them on a little tour.
I see. And how have you found New York City? Have you enjoyed it?
Fascinating.
Yeah. What have you done in the week you've been here?
Well, first of all, I was here for one particular purpose, to take part in this broadcast,
That's right.
Nummer 1.
Yeah.
And therefore I concentrated, having heard alarming things in England about crime and violence, on preserving myself so that I was able to appear here in one piece.
Probably not a bad idea, but did you get to do any sightseeing or anything?
Oh, yes, indeed. An English friend took me in his car, and we went up the Empire State Building.
In a car?
In a car.
I think I read about that in the Post. Well, anyway, we're happy to have you here, and electric clothing. Well, by the way, Captain being a designation of your rank in what branch of the...
Regular Officer, Royal Signals, retired.
Okay.
I was always labelled a wireless boffin.
I'm sorry?
A wireless boffin.
A wireless boffin?
Yes.
Now, do they trim the tails on those as well, or...?
If they do, who knows?
Who does know?
Who knows?
I can't tell.
Who knows?
Okay. Anyway, well, explain to us. I guess everything you're wearing now is electric. Is that right?
Well, not everything I'm wearing, but do you want the history of the thing?
Yes, I think a little history would be in order.
Well, I inherited from my German concert pianist mother the very bad circulation that, unfortunately, concert pianists seem to be bedeviled with.
Is that right?
Oh, indeed. They very often are. Ask Sir Georg Scholti, who was on another broadcast with me, and he cried out in joy with my heated gloves. He said, concert pianists must have this.
Is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think it's because of that we made the booking for you here tonight. Okay, so anyway, it helps the circulation then.
Well, 38 years ago, I either had to give up my beloved motorcycling and many other cold environment activities, or I had to apply my wireless boffin skills to invent technical solutions to my inherited medical problems. So I did just that.
All right, and show us now the application of how that works. Show us how the electric clothing helps, how you make them, what do you do with them?
May I quickly show you the power sources? Tonight we're going to be using a mains transformer.
All right.
A German product which works on European and on American voltages.
All right, good idea. How much power is being generated there?
Well, it provides a 12-volt supply, which is absolutely safe. There is no possibility of shock. And this will simply check whether the power is present. And it clearly is.
We have some AC.
Yes, we have 12 volts.
12 volts.
Work on a 12-volt AC transformer. It'll work in my own particular case at home on a wind generator.
Wind generator?
Indeed,
Yeah.
static batteries.
Oh, I see.
But equally,
If the batteries ever run down, do you have to call the AAA to come out and jump you?
I haven't had the problem. I haven't had the problem. Equally, we can use these German Sonnenschein gas-tight sealed accumulators in portable roll. And for the pedestrian who needs heating...
Let's just plug something in. Let's go to work here.
Battery belt.
Battery belt. Now, this has a very practical application. In cold weather, you can use this to warm yourself.
Indeed. We have a pair of heated gloves, and they've been running for the last few minutes, and we've got a thermometer in here.
They're toasty warm.
Would you like, David, to feel this glove?
Would I?
Just put a hand in. Put your left hand.
Left hand in.
Oh, how
okay.
I should really have shown you.
How long has this been on?
Oh, about the last 5 or 10 minutes, I suppose.
Just slip that on. Well. There! Jeez! No, I hit a wire. I hit a wire.
I'm awfully sorry. I'll tell you what has happened here. These things, you see, are intended for use in cold surroundings.
Well,
and here we are indoors in warm surroundings. I don't think the damn thing is
grounded.
No.
Has this thing been UL approved?
You have not had a shock, and you cannot get a shock.
But I did. I actually got burned. There's like sliding my hands into a toaster.
May I explain to you? You have not got an electric shock.
All right.
You cannot get an electric shock from 12 volts.
Okay.
What has happened?
But there was actual pain there.
Could we zoom in on that thermometer? And you will see that you have 60 degrees centigrade very nearly, which is hellish hot.
Which is like 120 Fahrenheit.
It's
about 120
it's
Fahrenheit.
It's more. It's 135 Fahrenheit. Now, you see, this, David, is a completely unrealistic situation. You would never leave gloves switched on, plugged in, unattended, in a warm building. It's a gross misuse. And that shows what you must not do with heated clothing. But for the purpose of the demonstration, we wanted to have it warm for you.
So we've learned something,
We've made it too warm.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but there we are.
Well, that's all right.
Now feel it. Now it's cooled down a bit.
Yes, it has cooled down a little bit.
And there you see you can perfectly well put your hand into it, and it won't hurt you a bit.
All right, fine.
But it has got warmer than it should be, because, as I say, never ever do leave it unattended.
I know, okay. Is there a way to control the heat? Do you have like a rheostat? Would that do it? A thermostat?
In normal use, you'd simply leave it turned on as long as you wanted it on. And when you were warm enough, you'd either unplug it like that, or... there we are, taking it off.
Unplugged it, yeah.
Or you would unplug it at the main supply, whichever you wanted to.
I see. Now, when you're traveling, I guess you tie up an awful lot of money in extension cords, right?
Well, now, supposing you're riding a motorbike...
we have just about a half a minute, so why don't we take a look at some of these other applications here?
You can plug in the umbilical cord in the home. You can plug into the umbilical cord, which gives you a certain range of movement.
Right. Now, how much footage do you have on that? How far can you wander plugged in?
I honestly am not sure. I think it's about 5 meters we've got on here.
But don't you worry about knocking stuff off tables when you...
Well, there are slight problems, but if you want the economies that this provides, you have to accept
you can actually save money. So you don't have to heat your house at all as long as you have this electric wardrobe. And what would this cost?
We have people in England who die of hypothermia because they can't afford to heat one room.
Right.
The energy they need to heat themselves is about a 30th of that energy.
And I'm guessing that the danger of electrocution is what, minimal?
Zero, absolutely zero. Because we're talking of 12... No, there is no doubt about this whatsoever, I do assure you.
All right, I tell you what, Captain, you know now we're out of time.
77 volts is the minimum for electric shock. This is 12.
He just don't care.
Heated insoles. Insoles.
Heated insoles.
Under the feet.
Yeah.
Hence that
there
plug.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Okay, now we really do heated breathing masks.
For invalids.
We really do have to, Captain, we really
heated long pants.
We have to go now. Heated. We're out of time now. Thank you very much. Captain Louis and songwriter whose new album, right here, is entitled Flying Home. It's currently in the top 10 on Billboard's Contemporary Jazz. Sounds great, Stanley. Good to see you again. We'll do a commercial. And I know the last time you were here, we talked about the technique and why it sounds so unique. And can you recap that for us? You play it differently. You play it more like a keyboard, right?
Yeah, I started out as a piano player.
Yeah.
And I still like piano, but guitar is the one I really love.
Yeah, are you the only person that you know of in contemporary music today using this style?
No, there are other people doing it. It's beginning to get quite a following, and I think that for guitar, it's the next big phase.
Yeah, it sounds great. And are you on tour now? Where are you off to?
I've been all over the place. Tonight I'll be playing in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, great. Is that a good gig up in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah, I like it there.
Okay, good. Thanks, folks.
From New York, where I have absolutely no idea what to get the Tysons for a wedding gift. It's late night, and now he hates to admit it, but it's the plastic cheekbones that make him lovable. David Letterman.
Thank you. Oh, geez, the hair is beginning to go again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. And let me just begin by telling you, tonight's show is not just another lame Tuesday night program. No. Tonight, for you folks, we have a comedy bonanza. How are you folks? Good? Good. Is this show even going to be on the air tonight? Well, don't they have the big New Hampshire primaries today? Let me check with our producer. Will it be on the air tonight, Morty, or not? Will we be delayed a little bit? How long will we be delayed? Well, why don't we just wait? We'll just wait then if we're going to be delayed. Why should we bust our ass if we're going to be delayed? According to the results of a survey released today, Kurt Waldheim, the president of Austria, is now the only man in the world who spends more time explaining his actions than Ed Meese. So I thought that was in good company there, the two of them. I may have had too much coffee. How long will we be delayed, Morty? We're not going to be delayed. Are you sure? Well, when does the big NBC primary coverage begin with Irving R. Levine? When does that happen? You don't know?
Prime time.
You do know. You don't know?
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today Pete DuPont announced his brand new campaign slogan for the rest of the presidential run. He said the new campaign slogan is, "I never heard of you either. Thank you." See, if I seem a little less enthusiastic than I ought to be, I just have a feeling we're not on the air tonight.
No, we are.
Are you sure you can swear
Positive.
that we will be on the air?
We are on
If I go home tonight and tune on my own TV, I'll be able to see this on the air? And it won't be delayed?
It won't be delayed.
Well, I'll be watching Ozzie and Harry anyway. Oh, gosh. The Winter Olympics are underway in Calgary, Canada. You must be awfully proud, eh, Paul?
Thrilled about it, yes. Thrilled to have the
Paul
Olympics
being, of
in
course,
Canada.
Canadian, but
Yes,
you...
sir, I am. Canada is hosting the Winter Olympics. Very thrilled about it. Thank you so much.
Why are they're applauding because it's you, I guess, or because you're Canadian?
Because they're applauding the fact that Canada is playing host to the Winter Olympics this year. We're all very, very thrilled about
Well, anyway, the Olympics are underway in Calgary, Canada, and they are represented. 57 nations are represented
Yes.
there, which is 3 less than are represented by New York City cab drivers. So yeah, I don't think I want to see this hair again tonight. So if we can delay the show, that would be a big help. Oh, my gosh, look at the show we've got.
Thrilled to be here. Very quick joke. There's a new doll, the Jewish mother doll.
Yes?
Pull a string. It says, again with the string.
Ah. Cute.
Cute
Very
little joke
cute
I heard
joke.
over the weekend. What did you?
How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
I worked and stuff. How was yours?
It was a horrible weekend.
What
I had a
happened?
horrible weekend. Well, you know, we're in the midst. It's finally broken, but we had these one awful winter storm right on top of another one. And Thursday we had one, I drive home in a big storm. Friday we have one, I drive home in a big storm. Saturday, I get up, I take my car out of the driveway, and it gets stuck, and then I take it to the hardware store, and I'm stuck in the parking lot there at the hardware store for 2 hours. And it's like I'm a display for the kids and the family to come and look at. I didn't realize that the Germans built those cars to be operated in the tropics. Who had any idea that that was the purpose of that one? And then Sunday, of course, I fell off the roof, but I'm all right now.
You fell off, excuse me, sir?
No, it's all right.
Okay. You fell off the roof?
And also, I ate an entire cherry pie by myself. Thank you very much. What are we doing? Boy, it's hot in here. Isn't it hot? Oh, no, it's really hot. Is it really? Let's do our top 10 list here from the home office in Lincoln, Nebraska. And keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you're not watching this show. It's not on the air tonight. John Chancellor is boring everyone silly with some kind of a commentary right now. Cornelia Guest, top 10 things that she likes about Sylvester Stallone. Cornelia Guest, top 10 things I like about Sylvester Stallone. You know they're dating, apparently.
I hear they're engaged.
Cornelia Guest
and they may already be married.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Married in a secret ceremony
yes.
somewhere? Well.
Closest very source to them have told.
Is that right?
Source is very close to them.
Well, so this is even more timely than we could have guessed.
Yes. Just
here it is. Seriously, an entire cherry pie. I had. It's horrible. I've never done anything like.
That's a cheap rush, I think.
No, it was. Sunday night I ate one half.
Yeah.
And then Monday night I returned and ate the second half. Felt like a raccoon.
Right. Good for you, though.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it is good for you. Doctors think that a lot of sugar can... I just can't... I get over the notion that this show's not going to be on the air. Number 10. Can squeeze words "I love you" into a single belch. Number 9. I can feel free to quote in original Latin and Greek. And number 8. He's so cute when he tries to pronounce debutante. Number 7. Easy to remember the endings to his movies. Number 6. The way his eyes lit up when I explained to him how Nestle's Quick works. Number 5. Makes my shallow Eurotrash friends feel at home. Number 4. He's the first man to literally drool over me. He always says, "May I," before he marks a room with his scent. Oh, that's disgusting. 3 more months and I've got grounds for a palimony suit. And number 1, his stupid, heavy-lidded gaze puts me at ease. Those are the things that Cornelia Guest. The director is back. He was ill over the weekend. Hal, how you feeling?
Much better, man.
What was the problem?
Flu.
Flu? What kind of flu was it? What strain?
Some Oriental flu. We don't know yet.
Is it going?
Has come back in.
Is it going around in your neighborhood?
All over the place, all over Sharon.
Okay, and you had a fever?
106.
You should try some cherry pie, Hal. Now, I think I'm getting the flu now, as a matter of fact.
Are you getting sick? Feeling it?
What are we doing? This quiz here? We have a quiz here about the New Hampshire presidential primary that took place earlier today and is the sole reason we're not on the air tonight. So do you have music for the presidential quiz,
Yes,
Paul?
I do. 1, 2, 3. I ain't mad at you. Don't you be mad at me. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm too hip to be mad because I know a guy. It should happen already. Yeah.
Question number 1. Many Americans were surprised when Alexander Haig dropped out of the campaign because A, it's still so early in the race, B, he seemed to be building support, C, they didn't realize he was in the campaign. I'm all achy. I'm getting the flu.
I think it's just the backlash from the cherry pie.
You think so?
Getting to you, the sugar.
That's awful, isn't it? The guy's 40 years old, at home alone, eating a pie by himself. It sounds like something you read in the Inquirer, doesn't it?
I think it's so sad. We feel terrible enough.
I enjoyed it, though. Number 2, Dukakis maintained the lead in New Hampshire because A, it's his home territory, B, People are impressed by his fiscal policies. C, at a recent rally, he chugged a gallon of maple syrup. Pierre Pete DuPont tells people he meets on the campaign trail, A, I'd appreciate your vote. B, don't forget me on Election Day. C, DuPont, D-U-P-O-N-T. I used to be governor of Delaware, you know, near Maryland.
Your lady.
Number 4, most New Hampshire voters found it hard to believe that A, Pat Robertson has had conversations with God. B, Pete DuPont has had conversations with the ghost of Lincoln. C, George Bush has had conversations with President Reagan. Number 5, Senator Albert Gore is staying away from New Hampshire because A, he's concentrating his efforts on larger states. B, he's saving his campaign funds for the South. C, he once killed a man there and would be arrested. I see a little note, a little asterisk. The NBC legal department has asked me to make it clear that Senator Gore did not kill a guy in New Hampshire. Did not kill a guy in New Hampshire. I know his wife, Tipper, however, did hold up a liquor store. There's a bait, like liquor and bait store. Went in there with a gun.
Tipper Gore?
Tipper Gore, yeah. Shot a guy in the foot. No, that didn't happen either. No, none of that happened.
Is that true?
No, as far as I know, these two people have never committed a felony.
Never.
No. Bite me. You can't say bite me anymore on this show. Because
these are the regulations.
Because of a deal with the NBC legal department, you cannot now say bite me.
You had one time, you had one show to say it.
Yeah, we got a reprise. We could say bite me for one
For
show.
one more show?
Yeah, and that was it. That was the bite me extension. That was the bite me clause.
I'm glad we got
We're going to skip number 6. I just don't feel up to it. Number 7. Number 7. Republican Jack Kemp used to be a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. In an overtime game against the Steelers in Forbes Field, Jack is going for a 2-point conversion when one of his offensive linemen is called for holding. Now, would the penalty be A, 5 yards, B, 10 yards, C, 15 yards? Well, the answer obviously is B. It would be 10 yards. Every football fan knows the penalty for holding is 10 yards. All right, that's the answer. B, 10 yards.
Oh,
number 8.
Excuse me, Dave.
Huh? What?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think you could be wrong there. See, Jack Kemp played for the Bills from 62 to 69, and
right.
Back then the penalty for holding was 15 yards. It wasn't really changed to 10 yards until 1978, so the correct answer would be C, 15 yards.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's an interesting point, but Paul, I think we can assume that this is a hypothetical situation, and therefore it would be set in the present time, and the penalty for holding would be 10 yards. Now, our next question, number...
Dave, wait a minute.
Yes,
how could it be set in the present time if the Steelers were playing in Forbes Field? Because they moved from Forbes Field to Three Rivers in '71, 7 years before the rule change. I think Paul's right.
Yeah, but... Wait a minute. On the other hand, in the 60s, the Bills were in the AFL and the Steelers were in the NFL, so they really couldn't have played each other until at least 1970 when the two leagues merged, and then I believe the Steelers went into the newly formed AFC.
Yeah, I think that Dave is right, you know, and another thing, the question said it was an overtime game, and since overtime wasn't instituted until 1974, that shows that we're dealing in a more recent context.
Right, yeah.
But, it also said he was going for a 2-point conversion, which you could only do in the old AFL.
Yeah.
The 2-point conversion was phased out in the 1970 merger.
Right, okay, but listen to this. Think about this. Now, but wait a minute. Here's the key to this. Why would the Bills be going for a 2-point conversion in an overtime game? In an overtime, it's sudden death, and if they scored the touchdown, they would have won the contest. That proves that it's only a hypothetical situation.
Well, you know, I don't think we're really going to solve this by debating. How about putting it up for a vote?
You mean let the audience vote?
Yeah. Let the majority decide.
Okay, so if you think the penalty for holding is 10 yards, applaud. If you think the penalty for holding is 15 yards, applaud.
I guess the public has spoken.
The
public has obviously spoken, but I guess I feel bad because we don't have time for your little political quiz. And it's too bad because I was really looking forward to learning about the democratic process.
Well, you know, Paul, call me silly, but I think we've learned a lot more about democracy from this little debate right here than we could have learned from 1,000 political quizzes. What do you think, folks? We're gonna do a commercial, and then we'll continue with tonight's pretend show. Teri Garr.
Hi, I'm stage manager Biff Henderson. To remind you folks that during the Olympic cross-country skiing competition, a skier is allowed to change both poles, but no skis in the individual races. But in the relay events, a skier can change both poles, but only one ski, and only if it is broken or the binding is damaged. I hope this information will help add to your viewing pleasure of the Winter Olympics on ABC.
You all right?
I'm fine.
You all right?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Get some oxygen. At this altitude, the oxygen deprivation is a killer, so you have to... Yeah, we'll run that past the Bite Me boys up in Legal. Our first guest is an international star whose motion pictures include Tootsie, Mr. Mom, and the upcoming Out Cold. Please welcome a distinguished actress whose first spoken words on film were, "Quick, suck the venom out before it reaches my heart." Teri Garr. Incredibly nice to see you. Come on over here. Don't start. What? How are you?
Fine, okay. Pretty good.
You look great. You always look great. Nice to have you here.
Thanks, Dave.
You have a little doggy there on your shoulder, a little woof or something. What is that, a doggy or a woof?
My imaginary friend.
I see. What's his name?
Sammy Sue.
Sammy Sue.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Are
I
you
don't know
just-
what that is.
Well, it's lovely. Do you have a dog?
No, I don't, Dave.
Would you like to have a dog?
Yes, I would, more than anything.
All right,
You
well-
have one for me?
Yeah, you hang on to your ticket stub. There will be a drawing later.
Okay, good.
Now, is this correct? Quick, suck the venom out before it reaches my heart. What film was that? I don't recall that in Mr. Mom. Was that in Mr. Mom?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right there, it
Why
says
are you
these-
starting up with me?
I'm not starting. I want to clarify this introduction. It says actress whose first spoken words on film were "Quick, suck the venom out before it reaches my heart." Teri Garr.
Yeah.
What, doesn't it ring a bell with you?
Yeah, it rings a bell.
What was the film?
It was a Monkees movie called Head.
Oh, the Monkees movie, yeah.
Yeah, that fabulous Monkees movie.
Yeah.
It ran for 8 days on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, but didn't it receive some kind of critical acclaim or something? Didn't
Every
people think...
Academy Award that it was eligible for, it won.
that right?
year, amazingly enough.
There was the big head sweep then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting.
You know, Jack Nicholson wrote that movie, and he wrote that particular dialogue.
Was he in the film as well?
No, he just wrote it.
And were the monkeys themselves in the film?
Yes, isn't it exciting? Why are we dragging this up?
I don't know. I thought we'd just spend a second there clarifying the introduction.
Well,
that's
good,
all.
okay,
So you went bowling last night, eh?
good. Yes, I did.
Where'd you go?
To the Madison Square Garden lane.
I've been there, you know.
Have you?
Yeah,
You
we
bowled there?
Yeah, we bowled a Today Show there once.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a good bowling place. Automatic things, you know. You just
Yeah, yeah, those came in the 40s. You know, we've been to the moon, too. You heard that, I guess,
Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm not going to let you get me, Dave. I know you're trying with
I'm not.
all your might, but
I'm
you're
not.
not going to get me.
Now, just tell us about the bowling evening.
Well, I got a little mixed up with the bowling, and I bowled a no-hitter. Now, I think you're supposed to do that in baseball, right?
Baseball, no-hitter would be a very good game
Well,
of
you
baseball.
see, I hit no pins the
Yeah.
entire sets of whatever they're called.
Frames.
Frames.
So you bowled, 10 frames of bowling and did not knock down a pin?
No.
Oh, so you just made that up.
I hit a couple pins.
Now, why were you bowling?
It was a benefit for a theater here, the Second Stage Theater.
And who else was there? Star-packed?
Yes, very, very star-packed. Betty Ford was there. That's not true. Betty Ford was not.
Well, why did you say she was there then?
Well, because I don't know. It just came off the top of my head. That's the kind of person I am.
So who was there?
None of your damn business, Dave. I didn't come here to talk about this.
Did you enjoy yourself bowling? Will you go again?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll tell you who was there.
Do you ever, when you're bowling, do you worry about this? Because yeah, I'm guessing you don't have your own ball.
No, I don't.
Do you worry about this as I do? You borrow a ball that's had thousands of other human fingers in it before you get to it. And I'm just always wondering, have they sanitized it properly?
No, I never thought about that, but you would probably think about that because you're kind of a paranoid kind of a guy.
No, I'm not.
Who would think of such a thing? Whose fingers have been in these, you know?
Thousands of sweaty bowlers have been in there from all over the tri-state area, and then you come along, Miss Beverly Hills, and put your nicely manicured...
Am I Miss Beverly Hills? Is that the image I projected to you throughout the years?
I mean that in a good sense, really. Really, I meant that...
You know, what planet do you live on? Seriously. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's my first concern.
Okay, here's
that's
the
why I
people
don't
that were
bowl
there.
as well as I could.
Let's see who was there.
It makes no difference. No one cares. Let's just do a commercial, and it'll be in the transcript. If you send in for that, we'll have those names.
Why don't you
All right, Teri Garr is here, Jerry Seinfeld is here, and Edna Buchanan. Pretty good show, don't you think?
Pretty damn good.
So now are we finished with the bowling and on to other things?
Yes, please.
All right. What about the New Hampshire primaries? Any thoughts there?
Well, by the time the show is on, it'll be over with, right?
Yeah, this show's not getting on the air, is my prediction. My personal feeling about this show.
Well, that's a relief then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I personally am going for the Bush-Noriega ticket. You know, the wrong man and the strong man.
Wrong man and the strong man.
There's a couple of supporters.
Yeah.
But I really personally think that, I just wish that not Jerry, oh, no, I forgot. Oh, yeah, Pat Riley. I wish that he would run for president.
Coach of the Lakers.
Don't you think he's great looking, and he sort of looks like he knows what he's doing? He looks good in a suit. He has his hair slicked back. I'd vote for him. I bet a lot of people would.
Yeah.
Don't kid yourself.
Just on the basis of his coaching experience and his looks?
Yeah. What else is there? I mean, you want to listen to that rhetoric and then vote for them? Just have a guy, watch him coach basketball, see how he looks in a suit, and then vote for him. I'd be just as satisfied, if not more. I say I have a few supporters on this.
I think that's how Herbert Hoover got in. He was a great basketball coach. Had a terrific record. Yeah.
Jimmy Carter, too, I think.
He never coached a game in his life.
Well, not basketball.
Now, you're in New York here, and I understand my people tell me.
Yes, your minions. Yes.
That you're moving again. It seems like every time you turn around, you're moving.
I know.
Now, are you moving permanently to New York City, or are you just moving in New York City?
No, I'm moving within the city. I'm moving from one apartment to another apartment.
From which neighborhood to which neighborhood?
From the Greenwich Village area to the Upper West Side.
And why are you moving?
Because now I'm much richer, and I can live in a bigger, better apartment than I could 12 years ago. Well, let's be honest, you know.
You've had that apartment downtown for 12 years?
Yeah.
I said that like I've been there. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did notice that. I was also... He hasn't been there. Don't kid yourself. I'm also in town, and I'm going to bring this up. I was looping a movie that I was in, because I come on the show and never get to loop any... I never get to loop. Oh. I never get to plug any movies that I'm in. So I was looping this movie that I did with Gene Hackman. There, I said it. Called Full Moon and Blue Water, that you should really go see when it comes out in October.
What's it about?
Never mind. Oh, it's about...
Is it going to be a good movie?
Yeah.
What do you play in the film?
Believe it or not, I play a cocktail waitress. I know
You
it's a
played one
stretch.
of those in the Downtown movie, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was the name of that one?
After Hours.
After Hours, yeah, the
One
Downtown.
of your favorite movies. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
It's a big fall.
I just can never remember.
I love
Good
that.
movie. Yeah, it's fun.
What kind of movies have you been in, Dave?
I've not been, I don't belong on the big screen.
You know
I
what?
don't
I
belong
just read
on
a
the
script
small
the other day
screen.
that would be great for you.
Yeah.
It's called Three Babies and a Man.
Uh-huh.
It's about these three babies that find this man that can't take care of himself, and they sort of instinctively, it's the all-time yuppie movie, and you'd be great for the leading guy. What do you say, Dave?
Send it over.
How about, there's a lot of baby movies out there.
Yeah, there are.
How about Fetal Attraction? How about that one? Or The Last Whimperer. No, this one, Full Metal Diaper.
Get ready here.
Full Metal Diaper.
Full Metal Diaper.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're just cutting me off. Well, here.
Well, thank you very much.
Just a picture picture of Madonna.
And what are you off to now? What do you have planned for the rest of the week?
The evening? I'm
no,
going over
wait
to
a
the
minute. No,
broadcast,
hold it. No. We're going over to the broadcast what?
the Broadcast Museum
For what?
to see a friend of mine give a lecture.
Who's your friend?
Marshall Efron. You know him?
Yes, I've never met him. I've heard of him.
Yeah, well,
The writer.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the lecture?
It's about broadcast and stuff. I don't know.
Let's see. Now, wait a minute. This movie, Out Cold, now, what's that one?
That's with John Lithgow and Randy Quaid, where I murder my husband and then I blame it on his partner.
Yeah. Is that a good one?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So you've been working a lot.
Back to back, Dave. Back to back. And in between, I come in and do your show and move. And I've been very busy.
We got interns if you need help. We can have them come down and box and stuff and rap.
You mean young doctors?
No, not young doctors.
Oh.
The 14th floor is crawling with young doctors.
How bizarre.
Are we done here? Wow, look, you look great there on that. Did you see that?
No, God.
What's the matter?
Fat.
No. You see, I'm fat. I'm starting to get fat. I am becoming Merv Griffin. I always hate to say goodbye to Teri, and she always hates to say hello. That's it. Do we have to say goodbye to her? You have to go? You have to get to that?
Please.
Have to
I'm
get to
10 minutes over my scheduled allotted
Have to get to
time.
that Broadcast Museum lecture. That's a hot ticket.
You wish you were going, that's what it is.
Well, I'd like to go, but we have to do station identification. Maybe you'll stay. Would you like to stay? No, you don't want to stay. We'll be right back. Very nice.
Green onions.
I didn't realize that.
Who is that?
I can't tell you.
Someone on our staff is engaged with...
Yeah, and I didn't know that. But isn't that fascinating?
I had no idea either.
Anyway, I know.
Who would that be?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Our next guest is a very funny gentleman who visits us whenever he's in town. Tomorrow night, he will be performing at...
Thank you. Have you seen the bumper sticker, hugs are better than drugs? Have you seen this? Hugs, folks, are better than drugs. This is going to work. This is going to penetrate the psyche of the strung-out crack junkie. I think we're onto something here. Just see them lying in that rat-infested basement. Should we shoot up? How about a nice big hug? I don't know what to do. Death, affection, I could literally go either way. So, I'm into the Olympics. Are you watching the Olympics? Yeah. The killer thing, you watch the Olympics, that silver medal. Don't you hate to see somebody win that silver? Because, you know, think about it. You win the gold, you feel, hey, I got the gold. You win the bronze, you feel, at least I got something. But you win the silver, what does the silver mean? Silver is like, congratulations, you almost won. You know, of all the losers, you came in first of that group. You know, the rest of your life, people, oh, silver, congratulations. Did you lose by a lot or a little? Did you trip? Did you not hear the gun go off? What happened exactly? You know, just leave me alone. I ran as fast as I could. Now, I'm reading a thing about Billy Kidd, the skier. 76 won the silver medal, lost by 14 1/100ths of a second. And he had it like right there, you know. He knew that he lost by that amount of time. Now, just think of his life now. Every time that period of time goes by, he thinks, there, that's all it was. It was just that. And then Then you have to stand on those platforms. I hate those platforms. Wouldn't you? The platforms of humiliation, I call it. I mean, it's not bad enough that you didn't win. Now we'd like you to stand up here, give the impression that you're also a much smaller person, you know, than every other. What if the second place guy is bigger? So much bigger that he's still bigger than the first place guy. Do they go, oh, could you crouch down a little because the other guy actually won? You just get down here. Why don't they get rid of the platform? Have the second and third place person lie naked with their hands and feet tied. The winner can stand on their faces. Maybe that would be clear enough to everybody. Better than golf on TV. What is that about? Watching guys walk around outside? I mean, they say life is too short. I think the fact that there's golf on TV proves life is way too long. You know what I mean? If we have that kind of free time. Then you watch it, always walking. Honey, come in, he's going to go past the tree. Oh, you missed it. The guy went past the tree. The tree was coming up at the last second. He went right around it. The man's an athlete. What about that golf cameraman? This guy has talent, okay? This guy is the most talented guy. The golf cameraman that follows the ball in the sky. One guy gets this job. They hit a little white ball, a million miles an hour. He goes, I got it. Why bother? Aim the camera at the sky, aim it at the ground, take a ball out of your pocket, throw it down. Who's going to know where the hell it came from? Thank you very much.
Well,
Thanks,
you're
Dave.
terrific.
Thanks.
So you actually are enjoying the Olympics?
Well,
I watched hockey last night. Pretty exciting.
Yeah. What, Jim McKay.
Right.
Okay, now, I don't know how long this guy's been doing this. It can't be the same Jim McKay.
No, it is.
I mean...
Been doing it since '63, I think.
It's got to be like Lassie, where they have like 9 dogs over the years, 9 collies. It must... No one's ever seen his legs. The whole thing is just weird, you know. He's like the Dick Clark of sports, this guy. He just keeps going and going.
Yeah, don't you like Jim, though?
I like him, but it makes me... I mean, I was 2 when he was, you know.
Yeah.
It just seems weird that it's the same guy all the time.
We should last that long.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, the event I'm looking forward to, of course, is the biathlon. You know the biathlon?
That's where you shoot and ski?
Skiing and shooting a gun.
Yeah, right.
Now, how many alpine snipers are really supporting this sport or following this? What, you ski, you shoot a gun? I mean, it's like, it's like swimming and strangle a guy. You know, just... you know, you do you... right? You... Kick, turn, swim back, throttle another guy. But, I don't know.
It's fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. Anything. Sports. I love sports on TV. Anything on TV. Except, you know, professional wrestling, which is, of course, neither. You know.
Neither a sport or fun?
Or professional or wrestling.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Whatever, that's it.
We done?
No, let's keep going.
No, we got to go. We're out of time here. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You're going to be, where's the thing? I forgot the thing.
I'm going to be at Governor's. I'm going to be at the Paradise Resort.
Sort of like shindig in here, isn't it, Paul?
It's getting like shindig now, yeah.
In her last 16 years as a crime reporter for the Miami Herald, our next guest has covered more than 5,000 murders. She has written this book entitled The Corpse Had a Familiar Face, folks. Please welcome Edna Buchanan. Oh, Edna. Hi. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much for being here. What is that? What does your necklace say? What is it?
Oh, it says I love Miami.
Oh, I love Miami. I thought it said I love murder. Honestly, that was a little stunned. I thought maybe this had gotten to be more than a hobby with you.
No.
How did you get to be the crime reporter? Is that the job in journalism you wanted to begin with?
No, I never even wanted a job in journalism. I just sort of fell into it. And I covered other things, and I was on the criminal court beat, which was a gold mine for a reporter. You get to cover the judges and the lawyers and the crooks and the cops and, you know, the good guys and the bad guys. They're all interchangeable. And when I got off that beat,
now you say that you throw that away, but do you believe that truthfully?
Oh, sure.
Really?
Sure, because, you know, we've got judges getting indicted, cops getting indicted, lawyers. You know, sometimes they get into more trouble than their clients. So.
And from there, you went into your specialty now is murder cases. I understand. Is that?
Yeah, I cover a lot of murders.
Yeah. Do you find that repellent after a while?
Not really, because you feel an obligation. You don't want these victims to become statistics. It's very dehumanizing. You want to tell their stories. You want to give them a good send-off. You want people to know what happened to them. You know, they all counted. It's important.
Yeah. What can you, without, I guess, it's impossible not to be a little graphic when you're talking about a lot of crime-related murders, but do you have some that stick out as being, you know, really bizarre?
Well, there are a lot of bizarre cases in Miami. One that comes to mind would be, there was a naked man walking down the street.
Oh, see, now I don't know, that right there.
Well, he was walking down the street in a residential neighborhood at dawn, and he was carrying the severed head of a woman. And when the first young patrolman came up to ask him what he was doing, he threw the head at the police officer. It was his girlfriend.
Oh, no. Now, see, right there, I don't know. Do you... But how... but, I mean, that's really Now, this is going to sound stupid, but that's really unpleasant.
Yeah. But you want to know what happened, why he did it, what went wrong.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Now, do you find yourself getting excited when you hear about something like this? Do you think, oh boy, here's something I can really go to work on?
No, you just want to find out all you can about it, because on this beat you learn more about people than any other newspaper job. You know, it's the nitty-gritty, what makes people tick. You know,
Yeah.
It's got everything: greed, sex, violence, comedy, and tragedy.
Yeah. And so the guy was nude, huh?
Yep. She was still wearing her
Oh,
T-shirt.
no. I don't want to hear anymore. I'm sorry. It's very difficult. I'm only being silly because it makes me a little uncomfortable to discuss this. And I'm guessing you feel the same way, don't you?
Sure. Imagine how the cops felt.
Yeah, that would be it. Actually tossed right at the
I mean, he was only a rookie.
Yeah. What about Miami and southern Florida? I guess all of Florida and is full of a lot of senior citizens. Do you ever cover crimes related to them?
Yeah, and it's fun because there's a lot of romance. You know, passions run high in Miami Beach.
Mm-hmm.
There was one case, there was this 81-year-old man who had an unblemished record, and he was jilted by his sweetheart. And he went back.
How old was she?
She was 68.
Mm-hmm.
She threw him over for a younger man.
How old was the younger man?
And he was in his 70s. He would take her to the dog track.
Yeah.
And so she jilted her older lover, and he came back, and he threw a Molotov cocktail through her kitchen window. And, you know, it burned the carpet a little bit. She stamped out the flames. It didn't do much damage, but she told me and the police that she knew at once who the culprit was because he had left a telltale clue.
Mm-hmm.
And the Molotov cocktail was fashioned in a prune juice bottle. And it was his brand.
His brand of prune juice. But now that's kind of cute because no one got hurt. Now, did anybody do time there?
You know, what can you do with an 81-year-old man who has no prior record? It was
Yeah.
a serious crime. So the judge sentenced him to Boston to live with his married son. He just wasn't allowed to come back to Miami.
Now, in all of the cases that you write about, and I guess you follow them sometimes on a daily basis, huh?
Sure.
Do you ever help solve any of these cases?
Oh, yeah, there have been a number of cases solved because of stories that we had in the newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, rapists caught, hit-and-run cars found,
Well,
people arrested.
That probably makes you
including
feel,
police.
it must be very gratifying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, you know, 500,000 people will see it, and their eyes and ears, you know, are out there. You know, maybe half a dozen cops are on the case. They may not be too interested. They may be preoccupied with other things. So when you've got 500,000 people out there who know what the suspect looks like because they read it in the newspaper, you have a lot more chance of catching the bad guy.
And you also, in covering these stories, you like to have a really strong, I guess they're called leads or opening sentence or opening paragraph.
Right, they really grab the reader and carry
Yeah,
it
what
through the
kind of
story.
thing would people see from a column of yours?
Well, there was a story about a man named Garr Robinson. He was an ex-convict who was really obnoxious, and he walked into a fried chicken restaurant one night, drunk and boisterous and nasty, and he pushed his way in front of 7 customers who were waiting online.
Ooh.
And he tried to order chicken, and the spunky little counter girl sweet-talked him into going to the end of the line. She said, this isn't polite, these people were here first, and she talked him into going to the end of the line.
Right.
So he did, and when he got up to the counter, she had just sold the last piece of chicken. And he was infuriated, and he punched her so hard that her ears rang, and the security guard shot him. So in my story the next day...
Shot him dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. And my lead on the story the next day was Garr Robinson died hungry.
Do you sleep all right at night, or does this stuff just...
Sure.
You never feel kind of like, ooh, I need to get just away from this horrible aspect of life?
No, because the job can be a joy. You can change things. You can change the laws. You can make things better. Sometimes you're the best friend the victim can have. You can get them donations of blood or vital organs or money, and you can win them justice.
So there is a
Public
good side to
support.
this as well.
Sure.
All right, we have